crazy loaded with potential on the offensive end. Defensively, going to be a work in progress. There are going to be some bumps. I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of the way right now, Auburn fans. You're going to have to be patient with this defense. As I wrote earlier this week, defense, there's a lot of chemistry and like continuity that helps on the defensive end. I think in time this could be a really good defense. I think they're going to have to gamble and press more than they have in the past. I think in time this could be a good defense. They have a loaded preseason, non-conference schedule. They're going to play some awesome offenses. They're going to take some blows. But when they are clicking on offense, Dan, the one thing I can say is the potential of this offensive team, they're going to be able to go shot for shot with a lot of teams in the country.
It seems like, and if you wanted to start with players, like it starts with Tahaad, right? Mm-hmm. Like so much of this, and the group they've brought in around him is going to obviously have an enormous say in what kind of season Auburn has. But it feels like on top of what they're going to do in transition, on top of what they're going to try to do, running the floor as a half-court offense, just the thought that you can always throw a high screen and roll with Tahaad out there. I mean, it feels more than, I guess the Sharif.
How about this with big men with a front court that's going to be more mobile than what you've had in the last couple of years?
Yeah, it feels like the kind of offense that, and I know people don't necessarily want to see, this exact style, but it's reminiscent of sort of like a D'Antoni Harden offense, or what you would do with Kyrie, or what you would do with Steve Nash. Like I think when you have a ball dominant, do it all guard.
Yeah.
And what you can now it's not going to be the same player running the screen and roll. Like the thought that you can use any of the teammates with Tahaad in that situation, and you can
space the floor around.
You can throw different combinations. But I think it could be more of a, like last year had running through the post with Janai had some sort of throwback elements to it. And I think with this offense, if you're going to go like if it's the Tahaad show, as it feels like it could be, and when Tahaad's considered one of the top handful of point guards coming back to college basketball, probably what it should be. That's what it. Like if you're going to do that,
this roster was built around what he's good at and what they need to do with him. Like it is an offense built to play fast and get down the floor. Even the front court, even the bigs are very athletic bigs.
Do you see similarities between the way Alabama deployed Mark Sears and what Auburn could try to do with Tahaad? Because that feels more than any recent comparison with Auburn. It feels like you could have a situation.
That's not a terrible comp. No. Yeah. In terms of like usage, it's a different system, obviously, of course. But yeah, it is. It's going to be a lot of running it through the guy that you really like out there leading the charge. I'll give you this stat, Dan. Auburn in the scrimmage. They ran about 18 minutes of scrimmage, all told, on Wednesday, 5-on-5. Auburn shot 15 of 36 from deep. That's with Tahaad Pettiford shooting going 2 of 9. Let me tell you the potential of this team. If you extrapolated what they did in this scrimmage to a full 40-minute game, the winning team would have had over 100, and the losing team would have been close. Now, as Stephen Pearl said, I'm going to do that a ton. As Stephen Pearl said on Wednesday, I don't know if that's because our defense sucks or if it's because our offense is that good. I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle.
Was he telling the defense to take it easy on Tahaad?
No, that's it. I don't think that's going to be there. But this offense was really impressive. They run the floor well. But then going back to what you were saying, Dan, not just in transition, but when in the scrimmage on Wednesday, it really stood out. When they ran something in the half court, Mike Burgomaster still in his bag as the offensive coordinator, Auburn, and key assistant. They ran it really well and good stuff, like good looks, quality looks. They've got guys who can space the floor. They got guys who can shoot.